Have you ever woken up after a bad night's sleep and just had the feeling, this is just going to be an awful day? Then, as you go through your day, things only get worse. You feel more irritated or annoyed. Things that wouldn't normally make you angry or upset have you completely bent out of shape. It takes more work to pay attention or complete a task. And you can't wait for the day to be over so you can crawl back into bed to feel better and make the whole day disappear. Most people who hear that description have a clear recollection of a time, or many times, that they lived that experience. And even though it's easy to remember how stressful that day was for you, have you ever thought about how that bad night impacted others around you and even your relationship with them? Friends, family, coworkers, classmates, or teachers, a significant other? Maybe you were mean and you did not even understand why you were being mean. You became distant or isolated. You were more impulsive and didn't consider others around you, or that your actions may have been irritating or disruptive. Well, the right amount of good quality sleep directly influences your mood and behavior, and therefore can impact the quality of your relationships throughout your life. Once you understand this connection, you will start to notice behavior changes associated with poor sleep, both within yourself and others. To illustrate this idea, consider this situation. You and your best friend typically never fight. However, you start to notice that every Monday, they are short with you and even say things that are hurtful. It gets a bit better on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, things are back to normal. This pattern becomes so recurrent that you start avoiding your friend on Monday and Tuesdays and spending less and less time together, fragmenting your relationship. What's the deal? You come to find out that your friend has started staying up until 3 a.m. over the weekends and then sleeping in until noon. When Sunday night rolls around, they are unable to fall asleep until 2 a.m. and the alarm to get up for school or work the next day goes off at 6. Trying to function on 4 hours of sleep has left your friend feeling stressed, short-tempered, and not a nice person to be around. There are lots of reasons a person may not be getting the sleep they need: family responsibilities, a heavy course load, a second job, but the results are the same, and relationships will suffer. So we've seen how poor sleep can negatively impact relationships. On the flip side, healthy sleep improves your mood and decreases depression, making it easier to manage your emotions and interact positively with others. By prioritizing your sleep, establishing healthy sleep habits, and working with a sleep specialist to address unresolved sleep problems, you are laying the groundwork for a great day and great relationships. It's important to note that the connection between sleep and relationships goes both ways. If you're in a stressful, negative relationship, they're going to make it harder for you to relax your mind and body so you can get a good night's sleep. If you find yourself in an unhealthy relationship, please talk to someone you trust, your parent, a teacher, a counselor, so they can help connect you with the support you need. If you're experiencing domestic violence, go to thehotline.org or call 1-800-799-SAFE to access the National Domestic Violence Hotline resources and support. Do you want to combat moody mornings? Even on the days you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you can still use relaxation techniques like mindfulness exercises, meditation, breathing techniques to gain more control of your mood. The added benefit is you can also use these same techniques at night to soothe your mind and shift into sleep. Mindfulness is paying direct attention to the present moment experience by zoning in on your senses and environment. This technique isn't aimed at evaluating these things, but rather is a purposeful acknowledgement for just living through them. Start this process for 10 minutes or so, when you start your day off on the wrong foot or before bed to shut off your worries. Over time, work towards increasing the time spent in this to 30 minutes or more once you feel comfortable. Try to let go of any past issues. The present is what you live in, and the future is what you can change. To meditate, try to pay attention to all your senses: touch, sight, smell, feel, and sound. Allow for your body to experience the moment and all that is happening to it. For instance, if you are sitting outside on a summer day, do you feel the wind in your hair? Can you smell the freshly cut grass? Do you hear birds chirping? Can you feel your breath as it moves in and out of your mouth? Be mindful of the 4 R's as you progress through these exercises: rest, relaxation, replenishment, and release. Hopefully these tips have your brain and body in balance, improving your self-awareness and ability to navigate your day, even with the occasional poor night's sleep.